Hey everybody, it's Marie. I'm going to make a few necklaces today. I've started them. I'm just going to finish them up with you. I'm trying to finish up my bargain bead box for December. Yeah, I've got these 3 necklaces here, a pair of earrings, and I'm going to do another tutorial with a couple of bracelets, and I think that will finish up my box. So fingers crossed I get all of it recorded today and get it out of the way. So here are a couple of the pieces I'm working on. There is this one, this one, and I have this little filigree cutout snowflake and a whole mass of my chip beads here. And I think it's going to be pretty basic for all of these. I've gotten past the points that are actually difficult. I did those on my own. This one here, I just used a piece of 20 gauge wire. I wrapped it around my ring mandrel to make a circle, beaded on my wires, beaded on my beads, I'm sorry. I used the little snowflake pendant charm that I had. And I know you could probably see right here, there's some glue on this bead. That was where I ended my 2 pieces of wire. I actually stuck them inside of the bead and glued them from either end. And it seems pretty sturdy. I used super glue. I didn't have any E6000. I think it will hold just fine, but it has lots of movement. It's really kind of cool, a little different. And again, I'm going to keep it pretty basic in the design of the band. This one here was a snowflake pendant that I had in my own stash. I just beaded on some of those little faceted agates that we had, and I just went around the holes that were in this frame and just beaded those onto it just to give it a little more something. I didn't do a very good job because you can see that they're a little bit close in some areas and not so much in others, but the holes are drilled in these as sets of 2, so they should be like 2 together and then a space, then 2 together and a space, and that's pretty much how they came out. But some of them are a little closer than others, but that's okay. It's pretty just the same, and I'm going to continue working with that one. All right, so I'm going to start with this one here in the middle because it's in the middle. That's as good a reason as any, I guess. I'm going to move all that aside. And this one I do not have a pair of earrings going with, but that's okay. Actually, is it this one or is it this one? Hold on one second. Actually, I think the pair of earrings that I'm going to make will go with either one. So, either. Okay, so anyway, beyond that point, let me bring this up one more time, let you have a really good look at it. Okay. And then from this point, really all I wanted to do was just string up 2 strands from here. This is my basic layout of what my strands are going to be like. I am going to bead string this one. The other one I think I'm going to do as links. And the chip one will also be strung. So it's one of those little tiny beads that I put on the other necklace, the ones I wired onto the top of it. Don't need that for anything in here, but there it is, just the same. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Got a lot to do. So I'm going to pull out some bead stringing wire, about 1 foot. And I'm going to need 2 of those, one for the other side as well. I have a cat coming in, so give me just 1 second to move her. All right. A knot off my ends. 1 knot on either, if I can get it, 1 knot on either cord. There we go. I'll set that one aside for now and work with this one. So I'm going to do 4 of our little opalite bicone beads. Okay. I really did love this box, but my imagination, I guess, I don't know if it's my imagination or so much as the fact that because there were so many beads of the same tone, it makes it a little more difficult to come up with a lot of variation, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Everything kind of looks similar, which is not bad because then you can mix and match all your pieces or layer them together, and that's wonderful. You know, that makes that great. But as far as coming up with a lot of diversity in this set, it really kind of didn't work that way, color-wise, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So again, I'm doing 4 bicones. Let's steal one because I evidently moved one, or the cats did. One of the blue 8 millimeters, 6 millimeters, 6 millimeters. A bead cap. These are my own bead caps because I got to the point where I just didn't have enough. The ones in the other necklace I'm going to put together are the remainder of the ones that came with the box. So here we go. So far, this is what I've got. Okay. I'm going to do one more segment. I'm curious if everyone else has struggled to come up with, like I said, a little more diversity with their box or not. I don't buy the companion bundles when they come out. I have enough beads in my own stash. I don't need to buy the companion bundles. So I don't typically have those. But I do occasionally pull stuff from my stash. But I really like to try to work with the contents of the bead box. For the most part, I don't know how many of these I'm going to need. I'll just separate them up a little bit here. See how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why don't I start with 12 on each one? Make sure I have enough here for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we got plenty. 13, 14, 15, 16, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, and I've got one extra. So we'll have 17 of these bicones at the end of it on either side, just to use them up. But I have to say, I have found this box to be very, very pretty. I really do love it. Of course, I have still got stringing wire in there. And the opposite end as well. Let's get rid of those. Oh, I think I see another bicone right there. So now I can put, so I have 18 in each stack. I had a little runaway. That's probably the one from down here. I don't know if you can hear the wind or not, but it is extremely windy here today. We got snow last night, not a lot, but a little bit. It's really cold, quite windy. Feels like January. There we go. So this is what I've got. I think that looks real pretty. Alright, let's move on to the other side and do the same thing. I'll take them all off this wire I had them on so I can see what it looks like. 4 of those. I feel a lot better today. I don't know if I sound any better for you guys, but I do feel much better today. Getting there. Whoop. Almost there. Yay. All right. Not too far from being done with this one. I love these beads. They're probably one of my favorite beads in this box. I've used them a lot. But there were so many of them. I mean, they really went far. I did come up with a project for my purple disco ball, as Liz calls them, beads. Shout out to Liz. I have a project in mind for them. I'm going to make a bracelet. I think it's going to be very pretty. Also, just wanted to put it out there that if anyone is interested in purchasing the bargain bead box or being a member of their monthly subscription, I do have a link at the bottom of my video. If you click on the big red fireball, it'll have like a section that comes up. It says more. Click on the more, and there is a link right there to bargain bead box to become a subscriber. If you put in the code CHAR2, C-H-A-R-2, you'll save $2 off your first monthly box, and you'll get to have all these pretty beads to work with too. And I also want to say, anyone who is making jewelry for a booth, for like to sell, this is probably one of the best bargains for that, because you pay $22.99 for the box monthly. You get enough stuff to make, I think I've got 6 necklaces. 6 necklaces. I'll probably have 2 bracelets, probably about 8 pairs of earrings. If I was to sell all that stuff in my booth, I would make way more than $22.99. So even if I was to take every single bead that's in this box and just make earrings, say I made 100 pairs of earrings and sold them for $1 a piece, that's $100 for a box that's $22.99. I mean, you cannot beat this value. Honest to God. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an affiliate, but I love this box, obviously. I mean, I love it. I've been a subscriber now for going on 4 years, and yeah, this is probably the best box ever. It's not the most high quality materials. I mean, obviously, they're not going to give you triple grade A materials for $22.99, but they are good materials. They're beautiful materials. Yeah, Lauren is very good about quality control. Her stuff is not bad at all, and the customer service at Bargain Bead Box is phenomenal. If you ever have a problem with anything, just let them know. They will make it right. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to making this necklace. Okay, so I'm going to need now my clamshells, my jump rings, and my crimps. What did I do with my crimps? All right. So once again, take the end that I'm working from. I'll out a couple of these little clamshells. And these are the bitty ones. These ones are tiny. I like these ones because they don't stand out in your jewelry so much. The doggy's just coming through. Alright, so I'm going to let that all drop. Let gravity do its thing. Try not to be too pushy on it. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because I'm at the first end. Ignore all of that. I am just going to move it up to the end here and crimp it. Getting ahead of myself. I just ordered myself a pair of I don't know how to say it. Xyron flush cutters. I can't wait for them to come. Be the first time I've actually ever bought myself a good pair of flush cutters. I usually just buy the $6 pair from Amazon. These ones here. And they're good. They're great when I get them. I kill them so quick. And I'm sure I'll do the same with my Xyron ones, regardless of the fact that, you know, I spent way more money on them than I should. But, and not that they were expensive. They were like $17, and that's not bad for a piece of tool that, you know, you're going to use. It's just that I destroy stuff. I grew up with 8 brothers, you know. I'm a tomboy at heart. I'm rough and tumble, and I destroy stuff. Alright, I'm going to cut the end off this one. And move that down. Put my clamshell on there just as open as I dare to go without going too far because I don't want to break it. Try to pick up a bead. And there we go. That worked very well. And of course, the second one's going to be a pain in the butt. There we go. Try to crimp that the same exact way as the other one, so then lining up. Trim that off. And there we go. Alright, I'm going to pause real quick and do the other side because, you know, it's the same exact thing and I got 3 of these to put together. Okay, let's get that out of the way there. Grab a couple of jump rings. I'm not going to bother putting closures on these until the very end. I'll just, because they're all, I picked out toggles and I kind of just did an assortment of different toggles, so I'll probably just decide which one I want with each one, but I'll do it towards the end of it. So we're just going to clip that on here. And I just realized I don't have my other pliers out. I was doing some wire wrapping this morning and didn't put it back where it belongs. Close this one. And this one is finished, other than closing it off at the top. I think that came out real pretty. I like it. Very simple and elegant. Again, this whole box has really just been a very elegant, simple one to work with, but I really like it. I think it's very pretty. Okay, so we'll set that aside. We'll come back to this one. So here, after I had put these on, clearly you can tell I took one of those opalite beads, a couple of bead caps, and then another one of those blue crystals, and just put them on an eye pin. Okay. So this is the look I'm going for here. Anyway, something like that. And then I'm just going to put 3 crystals, 3 of the blue crystals in between each section of that, and that's it. But I am going to do this one as, oh, do I really want to do it as links? It's an awful big link. Maybe I should string it. I'm going to string it, I guess. So I guess we're going to do all 3 of them as strung. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. Let's cut off some more stringing wire. And let's just get this laid, excuse me, laid out the way I want it. And again, I am just using up what I've got left here, trying to not end up with a lot of excess product this month. Some months lately I have not done much, and I feel like I'm just kind of so behind. So I'm really trying to finish up a month this time around, and I think this will be pretty. Okay, there's that one, and then another 3 blue. I know I'm going out of frame at this point, but that's okay. I'm just putting out the design, getting it laid out here. And I should have one more of those blues somewhere here because I need it for the earring. What did I do with it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6. There's that. Okay. Whoop. I just lost a bead cap on the floor. That's not good. Sending wire flying. Okay, so for the earrings to this one, or again, like I said, it will also go with the one we just finished. I have these 2 little snowflake charms. I think we got these in a past box quite some time ago, actually, maybe 2 winters ago. And I just glued them to flat back ear studs, just like this. And I'm just going to make a simple little dangle and hang it from it, so it'll be an ear stud earring. I tried to glue it to the back here in the center, but because of that little nub, it wouldn't lay flat, because these are a double-sided snowflake instead of flat on the back. You can see how it sticks out right there. It would clear. So I had to put it up here higher, which is fine. I don't mind that. And so those will be the earrings. And again, they will be very, very simple earrings, just like I've been doing. Oh, there's the bead cap I heard drop. I'm going to take these all off this pin. Maybe if I can get this pin opened. Alright, so we're not going to use the eye pins after all. We are going to string again. Hopefully I cut off enough. I think I did. So again, it's just another stringing. Oh, you know what? I don't want 2 sides on this one though, like I did the other one. I want one full one. Okay, let's cut off a much larger piece than that. we go. All right, so I'm going to start by putting a knot in here. I'm going to start by trying to put a knot in here. Okay. And I'm going to start with three, I can't even count, 3 of the blue crystals. And a bead cap. One of these beautiful opalite beads. I do love these. I love the color of them. A bead cap. And then another bead cap. Going the opposite way. And another bead. And a bead cap. And again a bead cap going the opposite way. And my other opal bead. Oops, I'm going to take my stringing cord out of it. And then another. Okay, and this is what I've got so far. And I'm really just going to repeat that pattern all the way through. So, again, with the 3 beads. And then again with the bead cap, bead, bead cap, bead cap, bead and bead cap. Make sure you have the hole that is actually supposed to be the one on the cord. So I have an extra bead cap in the stack. And again, my 3 beads. And then another segment of the bead cap and opally colored. And then we're going to put on the charm. Alright, so this one, and bead cap upside down. Well, not upside down, but opposite of that one. And that is our repeat to the point where we're going to add the pendant. If anyone got the companion bundle, you probably got some type of pendant with that you could use. I'm just going to feed that on. Again, I did the same little blue bead and opalite bead. I'm going to feed that right over the link here. And then restart with another bead cap. And I'm going to work my way back up in reverse of what I just did. And I will return in just a moment. Okay. So there's this one, all strung up. Something about this box is just so regal, so I don't want to say princessy because that would be a little more childish than what it is. It just has this very regal look to it. I don't know what it is about it, but I do see that with this one a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and oh, it's a nice big fat crimp, so I don't think I'm going to use 2. There we go. Alright. Certainly cut off enough cord, I guess. Whoop, sorry about that, people. Do apologize. Okay, so let's cut the knot off the end down here so that I can reuse all this extra later on. Find another big one, then I won't have to use two. They fit better in the clamshell if I have only one. Oh, it's a good one too. Use that. Alright, let everything drop. Do the thing. Gravity do its magic. And close that one off. And there is one more necklace done. There. Let's turn it over so it looks pretty. Isn't that pretty? Alright. So now on to necklace number 3. This one is going to require a bit of stringing. Again, I'm going to cut off one section of beading wire. Probably that piece I cut off over there would have been big enough, but I don't want to run out halfway through it and have to start over again. So this one is going to be as simple as just beading these chips. It's basically going to look exactly like it does right here, only it's going to have a pendant hanging in the middle of it. Very simple, but still I think it's going to be very pretty. So let's try to get all these beads off. And this is a second strand, if you're wondering how I had so many after the other necklace. This is my granddaughter's strand. I do have a few left over from mine, but I'm mixing half of her strand in with mine. And let me see. There's no way of really doing these by number because honestly, there are all so many different sizes. There's no way of really knowing how to do that. Oh, my cat's climbing the wall divider again. You know, those fold-out accordion wall dividers. Yeah, that's what she's climbing. I do want to make sure this jump ring is good and shut after I put it on this snowflake charm, because that is going to be the only thing going over that beading wire. I want it to be tight. It's like a zoo in here today. The dog's running around, the cats are climbing everything. All I need now is a bird. Okay, so that is the pendant that will go on it. This either came from the sister store or it came from a previous box. I do not really remember, but either way, it's super pretty, and I think it's going to look really nice hanging right from these chips. And I'm just going to feed these chips on. I'm going to put this whole stack on. Maybe. I'm just going to put them on, very random, just whatever I pick up. And I'm going to do that until I get to the end of them. Some of these, the holes are drilled so close, makes me worry that they'll break. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep beading them back on just like they came, and I'll return. Okay, so I had to pause for a bit because my son got home and I can't really record when he's here because it's just too noisy. So the lighting has changed a little bit and hopefully you can see all right. But I got this portion all strung up here. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to finish feeding on all of these chip beads. No particular order, just putting them on. And hopefully I've got them somewhat accurate or even. If not, I can always take a few from one side and move them over to the other. So we're just going to start putting these on, and yeah. That's a really big one. Try to mix up the big ones and the small ones a little bit. I know I said no random order, but yeah. That one doesn't really look too blue. It's more of a rocky color, but that's okay. It's got the blue in it. We will use it anyway. And boy, some of these are awfully nice big chips. It would make really great earrings. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing this until we have it completely full. Okay, I have all of that beaded up with the chips. So that completes this necklace. Now to just close off the end on this one and put the clamshells on it. I apologize for the noise in the background. The dog is digging. She's very noisy. All right. Let's get that up over that and close it. And let's see if we can get these beads moved down. Some of them that just don't really seem to want to move for some reason. All right, what's going on here? It's kind of weird. I've never had chip beads not want to slide down the strand before. There we go. Alright, now we've got them all down there. We will open up another clamshell. Put that one on and another crimp. Move that down. Pinch and trim it off. And then all we need to do is pick out some chain and some toggles, and these 3 necklaces will be finished. But let's go ahead. Oh, that's really pretty. It looks really cute like that. Alright, let's go ahead and work on these earrings first, and then we will finish the necklaces up. Okay. So I need to figure out if this is going to stay or nah, that's what I thought. It's going to fall right off that ball. So I need to put something bigger in there to hold that. I do have these little tiny, teeny tiny silver beads that I had out because I was actually working on a different project with them. I think that will be enough to hold that. Yeah, I just don't want that bead cap sliding off over the end. Oops. So there's one. And sometimes the holes on the bead caps can be so big that they don't stop. When you put them on something, they just come right off the other end. And there's 2. I think those are really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to wire wrap on these ones. Up and over, rotate, Just set that down for a minute. Bend that over my pliers. Move it up and over, and rotate. Okay. Whoops, that one didn't rotate very well, but that's okay. I can fix that. Hold on to my loop. Grab my other pliers and my tail. And just wrap. And I think 2 wraps on that's going to work. I don't want to go too much because I don't want to crack my bead by giving it too much pressure. There we go. Fix that loop a little bit. And that one's going to take 3, I guess. So, yeah, 1 with 2 and 1 with 3. Whatever. It will be fine. Straighten it up. Push in my little nubby, a little cut end. There. Perfect. All right. I could suppose have wire wrap those right directly to the earrings, but that's okay. We'll just put a couple little jump rings on there and call that a pair of earrings. I love using the post backs when I can. So many pairs of earrings that we make are dangled because of the fact that an ear wire is just an easier way to go, but throwing in a post back once in a while is kind of a nice change. So there's that one. I think these look really cute, and like I said before, they would go with either one of those 2 necklaces that I made with the beads that match these. And there they are. Okay. Now this pair is once again very simple. I'm just going to put 3 chip beads on an eye pin. I did try to find 3 kind of in the same size range. These ones actually stack, which is kind of nice. Those ones didn't so much, but I think I need to switch them up a little bit so they're a little more even looking. Let's put this one over here and put that one back on top. Do the same with this one, just so they kind of look a little more. Yeah, that's better. They look a little more symmetrical that way. Alright, now I'm going to make another eye on this end, so I got to be very careful not to chip or break any of these agate beads, especially when they're drilled so close to the edges like some of them are. So I gave it my thumbnail length in there just to give some space so that when I cut and turn, I've got a little room for, clearance. Right, so we're going to cut that and turn that right into it. There. And the same with this one. I gotta say, chip beads are not always the easiest thing in the world to work with. That's for sure. They definitely have a mind of their own and they do what they want to do. So, but that's okay. We can work with them, figure out something. And put this one on. I think had I thought it through a little bit better, I would have picked through my beads and got out a bunch of ones that actually would have stacked a little bit better than been, you know, picked out the flatter ones. So they would have stacked nicely, but they say about hindsight being 50-50 or 20-20 or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, so I need a couple of ear wires. Oh, these are, no, that one's not. These are ones I made the other day. It's one of my homemade ear wires. I don't know if it's coming in very well there or not, but that's okay. We're going to put this one on there. And simple as that. We have 2 pairs of earrings done. And 3 necklaces. And next video will be my 2 bracelets, and I will have used up all of my box. So there's these ones. I think they're really pretty. I like them. Simple. Very cute. So, okay, this is the necklace this one will go with. Just like that. And then again we have this one as well as this one and these earrings that would go with either one. Alright, so now all we're going to do is put some chain on the backs of these necklaces and finish them up and put them on a form so we can see them. I'm going to look, see where I'm at for time. Alright, I think we're doing good. Alright, I'm going to pause, dig out some chain. Okay, so when I paused to dig out chain, I thought I hit the record button, but apparently I didn't. So I put the chain on and got these ready to put on a form and then realized that it wasn't recording. So I took the chain back off. So they are already cut. The pieces are already cut. But they're, yeah. They've already been put together once. So anyways, this necklace here with the ring is going to use this little clasp here. And I did cut some of this textured chain. This is chain that came from one of our previous boxes. And I cut these at, I believe, 3 inches, but let me measure it just to be sure. Yeah, 3 inches. So I have 2 pieces of this cut at 3 inches, and just going to jump ring them all together here. So jump ring the chain and a toggle piece. And jump ring a chain and the other half of the toggle piece. Alright, get these ones out of the way a little bit here. Move this one over. And add these right to the necklace back. Making sure to catch both rings if you have a 2-hold clamshell instead of a 1-hold. I think the 2-hold are more sturdy, but the 1-hold is so much easier to get the jump ring through. Alright, let me pick up another jump ring. Well, maybe. Oh. Maybe I will. I had it. Oh, darn. Okay. It's getting later in the day. My fingers are getting tired. Did a lot of wire weaving yesterday. Well, I did 2 pendants. So my fingers are a little sore today, a little tender. The joints anyway are. Okay. This one is done. So we have this toggle. I can't even work a toggle right at the moment. So we have this little toggle and this pendant. So we'll set that one aside. Move on to this one. And this chain is the same chain as that one, the textured chain, but these ones are cut at 3.5 inches because this piece was a little shorter. So let me see. Yeah, 3.5 inches. So again, we're just going to attach our hardware. That piece and grab another jump ring here. Make sure that's closed good so nothing sneaks through. Alright, now attach our chain to the necklace. Easy peasy, right? Here's that one. And this one. So I think at the beginning of this video I had mentioned a shout out to Liz for what she had said about the purple beads in the box, and actually it was not Liz. Liz has spoken to me many times about the box and the jewelry and stuff, and thank you, Liz. I thumbs up to you. I appreciate all your comments. Love hearing from you. But it was not Liz who said it. It was Truth in the Stars. I think she called herself Truth in the Stars. That the purple beads look like disco balls. So I do apologize for messing that up a little bit and saying the wrong name there. But I love hearing from you, Liz, by the way. Yeah. So there's that one. All right, number 3, our chip bead necklace. And on this one, I went with a much smaller, daintier chain, mainly just because I ran out of the other one. These are also cut at 3 inches. But I think the dainty chain with these chip beads looks really, really pretty. I like it very much so. So, let's get this one on. And this toggle is just that round toggle with the little dimpling in it. I don't know if it came in a past box or if it was just something I bought in the sister site, but it did definitely come from Bargain Bead Box Bargains, one or the other. That I do know. So there's that piece. Get another jump ring here. My other piece of chain. And the little bar that goes with it. Whoops, and I just dropped it. I love hearing from all you guys, by the way, not just Liz. I mean, I love hearing from all of you. Makes my day. I like that, you know, you guys are, you know, how do I want to say it? You let me know the certain things about my tutorials that you like the best, because that makes me see where my teaching is the most paid off, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. What part of my teaching is actually helpful, beneficial. You know, I know when I first started doing tutorials, I specifically said, I am not a teacher. I am not teaching you. I'm just showing you what I do. But everyone kept saying, you are teaching us. By showing what you do, you're teaching us. So I guess, yeah, it makes me feel really good to help others along their jewelry making journey. I mean, I did all this self-taught myself, so all of you that are watching videos and trying to learn that way, that's how I did it. And there is still a lot I could learn, for sure. Okay. But the best part, I think, is that I'm learning what stones are which stones are what. And I love that I'm actually starting to learn some of the stones and stuff. Isn't that pretty? All right. I am going to show you a really, really quick peek at the pendants that I wire weaved yesterday, just because I want to pop them into my Etsy shop, so I want to show you guys. So here they are. They are both agate stones. I'm going to try to zoom in on them a little bit more for you. So these were both wire weaved. I did these ones yesterday, and they will be going for sale in my Etsy shop. I'm not an expert wire weaver by any means. I've got a long ways to go still, but you know, I love working with wire and making things, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. All right, so anyway, I'm going to get this stuff put on the form and show it to you, and we'll be done for the day. So here is one of them. I think that looks very pretty. And I have one of the earrings with this one. And here is the second one. And again, I put one of the earrings with this one. And number 3, the chip bead one. With the chip bead earrings. So that's all 3 of them, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate it. Check back with me. I will have my bracelet tutorial coming up very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.